there is a little window that shows up when you start recording that invites you to leave meeting if you don't want to be on the recording.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yeah. And you approved?
Well, yes. There's a button that says got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good morning, Christine. Thank you so much for joining me in this creative art adventure called Releasing Creative Streams. How are you this morning?
Awesome. I am awesome. How about you?
And I'm very well, very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Christine, what brings you here to participate in the adventure? Oh, okay.
You.
Okay, tell me more,
Well, I really
if you don't mind.
I enjoy learning new things, right? And understanding where people are coming from. And after working with you and seeing you through your ride that you've been learning through, I guess, I was really wanting to give you support more than anything. So that's why I came.
Oh. So, to any future listeners to this video that we are recording today, Christine has been helping me with LinkedIn, getting me what am I trying to say? Shipped up and shaped out. I don't know. I was trying to think of there's a saying, but you have been so amazing in making me look really good on LinkedIn and helping me with MailChimp and Buffer, and I've had some coaching before on Canva, and but just really encouraging me to keep using the app, the applications that help anyone who is in a small business, a large business, or anyone who's just wanting to get their hobby out there. They can benefit from using those apps. So I want to thank you for that.
You're
And I
welcome.
highly recommend it. So we were waiting for one more person, but we're just going to get started, okay? And so, Christine, the first thing I'd like to do is show a couple of videos, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to start with something. It's called the Artist Creed. Now, before I press, can you see?
I
Can you see
can't
it
see a
okay?
screen. No, I can just see you.
Okay, I am sharing. Let's try this again. One moment. Sharing. Where did it go? Here. There we go. And the idea would be, Christine, that as you watch this, you're going to write down and make little notes of something that jumps out at you. Okay, it's the
Okay.
Artist Creed, a lot of words, and something is going to touch your heart. Okay, whether it's a word, a phrase, or a particular picture that you see, just take some notes for yourself. Okay. Okay, ready?
Sorry, I was just putting a title on the top of my page. Okay.
Okay, you're ready. Can you hear this okay?
Yes.
The Artist Creed. I believe I am worth the time it takes to create whatever I feel called to create. I believe my work is worthy, which is worthy of the name sacred.
I believe that when I enter this space, I have the right to work in silence, uninterrupted, for as long as I choose. I believe that the moment I open myself to the gifts of the muse, I open myself to the source of all creation and become one with the mother of life itself. I believe that my work is joyful, useful, and constantly changing, flowing through me like a river with no beginning and no end. I believe that what it is I am called to do will make itself known when I have made myself ready. I believe that the time I spend creating my art is as precious as the time I spend giving to others. I believe that what truly matters in the making of art is not what the final piece looks like or sounds like, not what it is worth or not worth, but what newness gets added to the universe in the process of the piece itself becoming. I believe that I am not alone in my attempts to create, and that once I begin the work, settle into the strangeness, the words will take shape, the form find life, and the spirit take flight. I believe that as the muse gives to me, so does she deserve from me faith, mindfulness, and enduring commitment.
Okay. Would you share maybe three of the items you listed on your paper?
Okay, let's see. I am worth whatever it takes to create is one. My work is useful and constantly changing. I am not alone in my attempts to create.
Beautiful. Okay, I will share three also. I feel called to create, constantly changing, no end, crippled, aged, and newness. I'm just going to mark X's or stars next to the ones I just mentioned. And maybe if you like to do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as we move forward, I'd like to play one of my favorite songs. I learned this when I was at St. Stephen's. I took Introduction to Music Therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like us to once again listen to a YouTube video, and that will be. But just settle back and experience. Maybe I'll play it twice so you can kind of once get familiar with it and the second time really enjoy it. Kind of take a listen, take a feeling to what your body is experiencing. Are you stressed? Are you relaxed? How are you doing this morning as we're listening?
Okay.
Okay, let's listen to it one more time. And if you like, please feel free to move and dance a bit, move your body. If you're okay to sit in your chair and write more about what's happening, that's okay
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I'm just going to get up and move around a little bit. Okay.
That's nice. I enjoyed that.
Okay. Um, were you able to kind of check in with your body as to how it was feeling while you were listening to the song?
Yes, I just do you want me to give you the words that I wrote down?
Yeah, if two or three, sure.
Okay. So I felt relaxed, and I put down anxious for what August brings. It's really not anxiety. It's happy, looking forward to what's going to happen in August, and because of a project I've been working on,
Mm-hmm.
and peace in well-doing and well-being.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So most of it was peaceful, calm, but you notice that there is a sense of anxiety about something that's coming up in the future.
It's not really anxiety. It's a happy, looking forward to kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. So like an expectation. Cool.
Right, right.
Yeah. Okay. I wrote down excited, like I was swiveling in a chair, I'm just excited for today, joyful, and moving with this chair. And then I thought, you know what, I should just get up and dance. So that's what I did the second time. And, it's just so refreshing, right? First thing in the
Mhm.
morning, it's refreshing. Feel dancing, feel free, feel expressive.
Mm.
I noticed that breath. It's a good thing to breathe in
Yeah.
and to breathe out. Yeah. Okay, so the idea is that some of the words that you have written down, okay, we're going to use them later on. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just see if somebody is. No. So the next thing I have for us is an exercise called. Where did it go? It's. Have to go back to my. It's called Buried Dreams, but I have to get it on my screen. Right? Where are you now? Oh, here. Okay, and so this I have taken some of the work that we do in my workshops from Julia Cameron's book, The Artist's Way. Okay, and it's a beautiful book, and it comes along with a journal. And I
Hmm.
almost finished 36 weeks of journaling the artist's way. And that's writing 3 pages
Wow.
every morning. You just write. You don't censor it, you don't judge it, you just write. And it was very, very helpful. I learned a lot from Julia. And so, what this exercise will help us do, it says, as recovering creatives, we often have to excavate our past for the shards of buried dreams and delights, right? Do a little digging, please. Be fast and frivolous. This is an exercise in spontaneity, so be sure to write your answers out quickly. Speed kills the sense. I don't know about you, but before I really practice some of these things that I'm now teaching, I would have a thought and I immediately say, that's not good enough. That's just not going to,
Mhm.
that's not going to do it, and just put it away right away. Now, I just let the ideas come, write them down, and enjoy them. And then, of course, later on, we will do more work. We will do more excavating and building something. So, if you would please, and again, anyone who will listen to this in the future, if you would take a look at the 6 items I have listed there. The first thing is list 5 hobbies that sound like fun. Okay, so these are hobbies that you currently do not have time to do or you have not even thought about. Okay, they're a total surprise. Okay, so please take a few moments, write them down, and let me know when you're finished.
Okay, I'm done.
Sounds good. Then we will go with the next list. There's 5 classes that sound like fun.
5 classes that sound like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like scuba diving, mountain climbing. I have bird watching. So anything like that that sounds like fun.
Hmm. You're gonna laugh at mine.
Okay. The next list are 5 things you personally would never do that sound like fun. My number 1 was go into a bat cave. Never, never gonna happen, but it sounds like fun.
Okay,
Okay. And then we have, so you just did number 4, right? Or number 3?
number 3. 5 things I personally would never do
Uh,
that sounds fun.
so 5 skills that would be fun to have.
Hmm.
Dance like a ballerina is one example I use, or play piano like a maestro.
Okay.
Okay. And then, okay, so you just did number 4. Number 5 is list 5 things you used to enjoy doing. You don't do them anymore.
Okay.
All right. And list 5 silly things you would like to try once.
Oh boy.
Really making you think.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I'm going, mind is a blank.
Mm-hmm. Can you think back to something you have written about that was silly or that was silly that someone else did? Maybe one of your family members. I know, in your little stories that you send out every day.
Mhm.
Even if you can come up with just one thing that's silly, we only need one. In a party dress and high-heeled shoes, go out to the horse barn to clean it out.
But that's not something I'd like to try. Like,
Okay.
I go. Mm,
Well, like for
mm,
example, I wrote Meet Mr. Bean, but I can't stand Mr. Bean. I'm sorry, Mr. Bean. You drive me crazy. But I said I would like to
mm,
meet Mr. Bean. I mean, he is so silly. It just, oh,
mm.
can't stand it. Another example I have is go-kart racing with my grandsons. It's silly because I'd probably get stuck in a go-kart and they'd be winning the race. Just take a moment. If you can't get it, that's fine. I see you thinking.
You know, I see, I see so many online, you see videos of people doing silly things.
Mhm.
And I go, oh God, I won't do that. No, I won't do that. No, I won't do that. No, I won't do that. I go, I won't do that. I don't like getting dirty. I don't like getting in a mess. Um, the only thing I can think of is blow up and pop a balloon full of whipped cream. That would be fun
Okay,
for me to
perfect.
try
There you go. You came up with one.
with. Yeah,
Is that your
but
answer?
well, yeah, I guess. I wrote
Beautiful.
it down.
Beautiful. Okay.
The,
Okay.
the trick is getting the whipped cream into the balloon. That would be fun.
Right. That would be fun. Yeah. Take one of the spray whipping cream cans, you know? You can spray it into the balloon. Yeah.
And something else I think would be fun to try once is silly and have a food fight. And I don't like getting dirty and all mucked up. But if I was in a place where I didn't have to clean up the mess afterwards, I would be okay with it.
Okay, there you go.
I guess I've lived too many years because I've made mistakes and I've done silly things and that I would never do again. And so I think I've pretty much exhausted all my things that I would never do, that I would only try once.
Mhm. But it's fine. You found two things. That's awesome, Christine. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to close this. All right, and I'm going to
Okay.
stop sharing. And so this now is the next step. Would you like to take a break or how are you doing? Do you need a glass of water? Do you need a bathroom break before we do the next
I
step?
need a bathroom break.
It's more writing. So take a few moments and
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So maybe I will take a moment to speak to those who will be listening to, just a moment. Where did it go? For those of you who may be joining at a later date, okay, and there are some definitions I have available. And so the question would be, what is expressive art as opposed to art therapy? Okay, and here's some information I can give you. And oh dear, I wonder if I have my book here. I can't. Oh yes, it's from this book here. Let me just make sure you can see it. I'll give you the name. Herbert Eberhard and Sally Atkins, Presence and Process in Expressive Artwork. Okay, so I will give you a definition and some points. Expressive art therapy connects the arts with lived experience in order to open spaces in which to value multiple perspectives, to envision possibilities to participate in ongoing social change, and to question the nature of reality. And my professor, Dr. Marcus, would say, if we don't make room for the mystery, we're not in expressive art. And so expressive art is more about who you are, how you are, and how you think than what you do. Okay, I'll read that again. Expressive art is more about who you are, how you are, and how you think than what you do. It enhances the quality of life, and I believe that's to expressive art is we explore within ourselves as well as with another human being, and enriching experience. So, Christine, I'm just taking a few moments to let future listeners know about expressive art. And expressive art involves receptive, expressive shaping dimensions. Okay, and what I like is that Dr. Marcus always says it's not about a high level of skill, but it's about the level of sensitivity, right? We want to be sensitive to what's going on inside of us, between us, and around us. And even as we are going through some of the exercises that I prepared, they're designed that we kind of start coming in touch with our feelings, even how our body, and then to get us ready to go a bit deeper than we have been in the past, as far as getting to know ourselves. So, Christine, do you think you're ready for the next step?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, thank you for being brave and um, trusting me, trusting the process. It's trusting the process, yes. So, the next thing I'd like you to do, Christine, you, you wrote out some words when you were listening to the Artist's Creed. You wrote out some words when you were listening to the song Breathe In, Breathe Out. And
Mm-hmm.
now you listed many different points in regards to the response, the exercise Buried Dreams. Okay, so what I would like
Mm-hmm.
you to do is choose one of the 6 points. Okay, where did it go? Just a second. What I mean by that is, where did it go? Not there. Um, oh, I just closed it. So what we're looking at is the points of 5 hobbies, 5 classes, 5 things I never do. Choose one of each of those bullet points, okay, and write them down.
Oh, so one from each of the 5 categories or the 6 categories?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so I have to choose one. Wow.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
And remember, we want to do it rather quickly because you don't want to think about it too much.
I was the thing is, I'm on the first one, and I would love to do them all.
Uh, yeah, just one. Whatever,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
whichever one says pick me and go with the first one.
Okay.
Okay. you're frozen, but I did hear that yawn.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Oh,
Okay,
I
I'm
can see
done.
you. Okay. So, Christine, the next thing we're going to do, and then after this is finished, we'll do a creative piece, okay?
Okay.
But what I'd like you to do is start with this phrase, a long time ago. And then you're going to look in the order of the words that you have chosen, not everyone that you have written, but the ones that you have chosen, like I feel called to create. Okay. And so you would say I gave her the name Chi Chi. Okay. I'm going to write a story about Chi Chi. A long time ago, Chi Chi felt called to create. However, her life was constantly changing. There was no end in sight until she was crippled, aged, still waiting for newness. Okay. So what you're going to do is, again, the words that you found from the artist's creed, from the breathe, from the song, from this exercise now, only the ones that you highlighted, write a story a long time ago. You can give her another name, or it doesn't have to be she, but I'm going to go with Chi. Does
I'm
that
going to
make
go with
sense?
Rust. I'm going to go with Rusty because that's my nickname.
Beautiful.
I
Okay,
got it.
so let's take one we need because, okay,
So I have to use the words that I've written down here.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
but only choose the ones that that you chose. Not, you don't have to use all of them, right?
So right from the very beginning, so even in the artist's creed and the video of the breathe in, breathe out, all
Yes,
those words are just in the 6 sections.
all the words, the words are underlined. Yes. Does that make sense? What is your first choice there? It was something about creative.
Well, um, well, it depends if I go all the way back to the first where the artist's creed, and I've got 3 that I shared with you, right?
Yes, those three.
And then
Yeah. What is the
I've
first?
got the video, I've got 3. The first one is I am worth whatever it takes to create. So
Oh,
it really doesn't fit with a long time ago. Um,
a long time ago, Rusty, and then what is the sentence you cut out there?
well, I wrote, I am worth whatever it takes to create. So a long time ago, uh, uh,
Rusty,
a long
Rust,
time ago, I didn't feel that way.
a long time ago, Rusty did not feel worth it, felt worthless.
Yeah, but I don't like to write those things down because that just feeds your brain with more negative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
This is today's exercise.
Wow.
So if you could do it, you might be surprised what comes out of it, right? We're looking for the mystery of expression. What story wants to be told today?
I don't know if I did this right, but I got something written.
I'm sorry, you are cutting out.
I'm
I
sorry,
am
I don't.
very sure that's okay. I'm very sure you did it right. Yeah, I'm very sure. And we'll take a look at what you have there. So are you done?
Yes.
Okay.
Shall I read to you what I wrote?
If you're comfortable, everyone will hear it.
Sure.
Anyone? Yeah, that
That's
would be
okay.
fine.
A long time ago, Rusty felt she was never enough.
Mhm.
She did not have peace in her life and felt anxious about never having enough to pay bills. She loved sculling, but did not have a sculling boat. She wanted to learn how to use a rifle so she could protect herself from perpetrators. She never would go bungee jumping for fear the rope would break. She wanted to play the organ like a pro. She loved riding horses every day. Her curiosity led her to try popping a whipped cream-filled balloon. I don't know if that's the way you wanted it to come out or not.
We didn't hear the last part because
Okay.
we heard you, but you froze.
And then my alarm went. Okay. Her curiosity led her to try popping a whipped cream-filled balloon.
Okay.
But what was I supposed to do with this? Was I supposed to make a whole bunch of sentences out of it, or a whole article out of the thing, or just mention each of the different items I
Story, yeah.
was?
But that's okay, Christine. Don't double guess. Don't just leave as is. Just
Okay.
absolutely leave as is. Okay. And then a term that we use in expressive art is called harvesting, right? So not today, but maybe but even maybe today we might have time. If you like, what we could do is would you like to look at your story again and see if you can build it?
Hmm.
If you can expound on it, if you can add a little bit more? Now that you have the general idea,
Yeah.
why don't you take a read through and see if you'd like to add any other descriptors or if you like to add any connectors, connecting sentences or anything to make a story
Hmm.
from what you have. Okay. And especially what would happen once you have whipping cream in that balloon, right? You can definitely expound on that. working for you?
Okay, I'll just read you the beginning of what I've been doing so far, okay?
Okay.
Back on the ranch, Rusty spent most days riding horses and breaking horses. Sometimes they broke her. One time she was found unconscious lying in a field by one of the hired men. He helped her into the truck and rushed her to the hospital, where it was discovered she had a concussion. Sundays were Rusty's favorite days. She would go with her brothers to the gopher range, we called it, and practice shooting gophers with the 22 rifle. Rusty has always wanted to learn how to handle a rifle so she could protect herself if the need arose. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how to build a story around it.
Okay. Well, keep going. Keep. keep going till you're done, and we will work with it.
I'm on a thing. You're on your way. See you later. Drive safe.
That was sweet.
I'm really blessed. I'm really blessed.
I'm happy to hear that. A good man. How are you doing there?
Okay, I think I got it.
You got it?
Okay,
Okay.
do you want me to read it to you or what do I do?
Yes, please.
Okay, back on the ranch, Rusty spent
Yes,
most days. What?
but you are frozen.
Oh,
Okay, you were frozen, so we didn't catch the first part. So go ahead.
okay.
You will have to start at the
Back
beginning.
on the Okay, back on the ranch, Rusty spent most days riding horses and breaking horses. Sometimes they broke her. One time she was found unconscious lying in a field by one of the hired men. He helped her into the truck and rushed her to the hospital where it was discovered she had a concussion. Sundays were Rusty's favorite days. She would go with her brothers to the gopher
Frozen.
range and
Okay, you're okay
she
now. I heard go for range. Yeah.
she would go with her brothers to the gopher range and practice shooting gophers with the 22 rifle. Rusty has always wanted to learn how to handle a rifle so she could protect herself if the need arose. The ranch was located close to a river. When Rusty discovered rowing one summer when the family went on vacation, she loved it. She observed people on the lake by the campground rowing with sculling boats, and this stirred in her a deep desire to learn sculling and have a sculling boat at home. After all, they lived by a nice, slow-moving river, perfect for sculling, so she thought. One thing Rusty's mom and dad insisted on was learning a musical instrument. So Rusty chose the piano. Years later, she was introduced to the organ and she wished she could learn to play that organ like a pro. Rusty was sometimes a little too adventurous and learned a lesson or three along the way of what not to do. However, there's one thing that tantalizes her curiosity. What would it be like to burst a balloon filled with whipped cream? She can only imagine the whipped cream flying in all directions, completely covering her with smooth, sweet deliciousness. And of course, she would lick most of it up with her tongue. Mm-mm.
Beautiful. You look happy about what you came up with.
Yeah, I had fun. It was a fun experience. Yeah, experiment.
Okay. Okay,
I
good.
love to write. I write a lot.
Mhm.
This isn't one of my best creations, but it was fun.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. And so let me read mine to you, and then we will take the next step, okay?
Okay.
So, a long time ago, Shishi felt called to create a special project which would be her legacy. Her life was constantly changing, no end was in sight. Sometimes she felt crippled and aged. Newness of love and energy evaded her. But then came the day she felt excited, joyful, and danced the day away. She felt so young at heart that she went rollerblading with the help of her girls, one on each side of her. She took a class on how to create real flower bouquets. You want to know why? She anticipated a very special event in her future. She went on to study the galaxies, painting pieces with watercolor paint pourings. Shishi was so excited that she danced like a ballerina, swirling and twirling in her tutu. In the afternoon, she went swimming in the oceans alongside the dolphins who offered to give her a ride. She was free. Shishi's life was filled with joy until she met Mr. Bean. I don't like Mr. Bean. So the next step we're going to do now is you're going to create a piece from whatever material you have there. Okay, so from your story,
Okay.
you're going to consider how you're feeling about it. You're going to consider about what you wrote. Um, choose colors that represent your feelings. um, so by that I mean if you are, if you were happy that someone took you to the hospital, use a bright, cheerful color for happiness. If there was something that you were sad about, use a darker color. And then also think about how your feeling what it might look like. Would it be in a box or in a circle or a triangle, rectangular? Would it be like a line? So create a piece, sporadic piece. You're not going to judge it, okay? You're not looking for perfection like we talked about yesterday. You're just going to create a piece that flows from your writing. And I know I use the word just again. I'm trying to eliminate that word just. You're going to create a piece reflective of your writing. Does that, do my instructions help you? Are they clear?
I'm trying to figure out what to do.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just
So you
looking through
would be
my
working
colors.
more.
I've got a whole color thing here.
Okay. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I'm just looking through my colors to see what inspires me. And I think
Okay.
I do have some inspiration here.
Okay. All right. Let's take some time to do that. Maybe do you like jazz music?
Sure.
Shall I put on some jazz music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only kind of music I don't care for is that metallic, hard rock stuff.
Okay. Hear you.
Thousands stranded on 9/11, a small town in Newfoundland.
Sport Check's Big Check event is on now.
working so diligently there, Christine.
I'm having a blast.
I'm happy to hear it.
I'm just about to the point where I'm going to have to wrap it up. I have to be in another meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to share and then I'll ask you for a takeaway.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, I just want to turn off the music. Okay. Christine, if you don't mind, I will put us on speaker and I will make sure that you can show your picture, please. And then
Okay.
talk to us about it a bit.
Well,
Ready?
I don't know how well it's going to show up. I started to add a little bit more darker colors to it because I don't think it's going to show up very well because it's quite pastel-y.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hold it. Yeah, oh, there you go. Oh my goodness.
So there's a great big, this is one thing, this is on the prairies when I'm riding my horse and what I see, and the sun is shining. There's a great big sunshine in the corner and it's got streaks of orange and yellow going all across the prairie because it's a really hot sunny day. And up here is the sky. And this is buckbrush. And we have a ton of buckbrush on the prairie. It's really hard to get rid of. And then there's grass. You can see some of the grass growing throughout the bottom. So I was having a really big challenge trying to get it to be dark enough because I'm using pencil crayons, right? And I can see it if I hold it up in front of me, but it's a memory of what I've had in my life. And the buckbrush is the negative things that come into my life. And you really can't get rid of them. Once you've had a negative experience, it's there, but it's there as a memory to help you realize that you don't have to dwell on that, right? And so if I wanted, I could go around and pull out all the buckbrush, but there's a lot of buckbrush on the prairie.
Which is which is exactly what you did with your story, right? When you first looked at your story, you didn't really like what it said, so then you made a change to it. And that's how you seem to be living your life.
That's right.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Let me okay, let me see. I want to, if I can share this now. So I will lift this one up. I did it with pastels and it was an absolute surprise to me. And I don't know if you can see the
Wow,
girl.
yeah. Cool.
And she says, "Hey, Mr. Bean, got time for tea?" I don't like Mr. Bean, but she thinks we should have tea. So, okay. Total surprise. Surprise, surprise. That's what I love about expressive art. You know, as we kind of work through all these little creative things, you know, something surprising always comes out.
Yeah.
Christine, before we end, what is a takeaway for you? And also, would you like to share your contact information with future viewers? I would love it if you did that because you've been so absolutely very helpful for me.
Oh,
You would
in the
do,
chat box, you mean?
that would be great. Yeah. You can definitely add it in the chat box. Yeah. And then what is a takeaway for you after you're done adding your information?
So it's Christine Till. My number is 780-904-9557. and my email is christine@marketingmentress.com.
Oops.
So a takeaway from me.
Marketing. Yeah.
Takeaway from me is I found this very relaxing, and it took my mind off work.
Okay.
Because normally I'm working in my office from 8 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night every day. And I just thought I took this as a really great opportunity to take a break from that and just let my mind go but not totally let it go. You know what I mean? Let my mind wander a little into some of the thinking, some of the thoughts that I had written down. And it reminded me of riding across the pasture on my horses. And it's something that I hold very dear, and I would love to continue to do at some point. I'd love to get back on horses and be riding again. But that's the reason my knees are so bad. Because I've been bucked off horses and dragged by horses.
Oh,
Yeah. And so I have advanced arthritis in my knees. But I still, I still have those great memories and riding and seeing the buckbrush in the pasture and the grass. The grass was never really green. It was kind of brownish always. In the very early spring, the grass would be green, but in hard grass country, it turns yellow and brownish colored, and it's called hard grass. And it's very high in nutrients for the cattle. But you need 30 acres per cow. A lot of people don't realize that. And so it's quite easy to overgraze. You think you've got all this acreage so you can run a ton of cows, but then it gets overgrazed and that causes the buckbrush, right? So there's a lot of meaning in my picture that I drew today.
Okay. Yeah, you look very happy. You look
Yeah.
calm, at peace.
Yeah.
Um, I want to thank you very much for participating in this live expressive art adventure, releasing creative streams. And I want you to know the lady who was going to join us this morning, she emailed me and she said you had to be in a meeting, and
Darn.
so she missed it. But yes, thank you so very much. And I really hope you have a wonderful day. And
Yeah, I
anything
will.
you'd like to say to future viewers?
Well, I think I just want to thank you for helping me to come to a realization, because I never did very well in art. And so anytime anybody ever spoke to me about art, it was like, nope, not doing that. No, I can't draw. I'm terrible. All I can do is stick men. But you unleashed a creative side of me, helped me to unleash that creative side of me and to actually let myself express myself a little bit through what comes on the page. And so I ended up dumping all my crayons on my desk so that I could see all the colors. And I just had fun with it, right? And I would really enjoy doing this again, having and I think anybody who well, there's so many thoughts going through my head. It's a total release, relaxation, takes my mind off of the things that I'm going to be working on today or should be doing today. And any kind of anxiety or worry was lifted. And I just felt really relaxed and I felt empowered as well, because now I don't feel like I'm such an ugly artist. I feel like I can draw something, right?
I just want to look up one of our other exercises is exactly about what you're talking about. So when I have another live, I'll invite you again. And yes, so, and I know you have to go, so please, if you have to go, feel free, and I'll just keep recording what I want to say to others.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Christine.
You rock big time, girl. Thank you.
Thanks for all your help. So for those of you who might be listening to this video with Christine, I want you to know that I will hold a couple more of these live videos. And I also offer weekly a course that is made up of 12 weeks of emotive expressive art. I do have one specifically set aside for those who are Christians, who are believers, who believe in the Bible, and who like to do worship music. So specifically for those. And then I have another set of classes that I hold for those who follow different types of spirituality. And because I never want to discriminate, okay, because expressive art is, it's really healing. It's touched my life and definitely brought lots of healing to me, much healing. So yeah, please, when you are listening to this video, if you've actually followed all the instructions along, please post on the bottom, hashtag replay, and let me know where you're from. And if you are interested in joining any of the classes, just keep watching Facebook or LinkedIn events, and or even on my website, Elam Oasis of Inner Healing.com. So HTTPS colon the two slashes www.elamoasisofinnerhealing.com. You can check out my website and find lots of information there. So take care. Thanks again.